Yasasoli. This is a story that I wrote called The Afterlife. I entered the classroom and sat down. The professor was silent as he reviewed papers. He had been recommended to me by a friend, and I was grateful for his help. Finally, he said, "I can't take it no more." I turned my head. This was not him, not the man I had come to know, to love, to trust as the last bastion of proper speech. Perhaps he was joking, mocking the decline of our language. "No," he continued, "I ain't gonna take it no more." At this, the alarm began to pulse through me, like 1,000 bells going off at once. "Sir," I said, getting up. "Sir, what's wrong?" "Everything," he said, "everything. I tried to keep it from you, to shelter you from it, but it's finally at an end." "What are you talking about?" I said. He looked at me then, with such sadness, longing, and despair in his eyes that I would have given anything not to have asked the question. "Never mind," he said at last. "Please," I pressed. In spite of myself, I had to know. Slowly, he pulled a box from his desk. He opened it and revealed a small bottle. "Drink this," he said. I did, and felt the warmth rush to my extremities. A clarity like I had never known enveloped me as the world slowly came back, only it wasn't the world of now. "I remember," I said. "What do you remember?" said my teacher, the look of pain now seemingly permanently etched upon his face. "My death," I replied. This had happened before, the knowing and the forgetting, though it was never this serious. It was the war and the hunger, always the hunger, and the people, sir. They wouldn't stop. They were greedy and selfish, and they destroyed our country. It was the Civil War, the one which destroyed our nation. My own tears began to fall now. I took my life then, sir. I couldn't handle it any more." "And now," he said, "it's worse. For then there was still hope of recovery, even if it was in 100 or 200 years. Now there's no hope for anything. The last bomb went off. It was a large one. The whole earth has been destroyed, and humans are finally at peace." His face relaxed now. It was sad, but no longer filled with passion. "Why did you never take the drink?" I asked. "It makes you forget. Someone had to know, just to be a witness. It was you for a while. But I couldn't bear the pain of watching you suffer as one after the other species died off and all the starving alienness in the streets, now subjugated to foreign rule, lived such miserable lives. So I had the doctor make this. Silly, I know. Spirits don't need such things. But you were in such torment that you couldn't come all the way with me. So I gave you something that you could understand." "I understand too much now," I said to him. He took another box from the drawer. I smiled. Never in my life had I taken drugs, but it seemed that now, in my afterlife, I needed them. "Are you sure you won't come with me?" he said. I looked at him for a long time. Finally, I put the bottle down. "Yes," I said at last, "I'll come." I felt a light sensation, as if my body was melting away. A kind of freedom this was, exhilarating and scary at the same time. At last I saw my teacher for who he was, not a man, but a god, great Hermes himself. "Go in peace, Elenida," he said. "Go and find the one you wish to see." My spirit flew until it came to a certain place. There were all the heroes of old, from ancient to modern. As I watched, the one I most longed for separated himself from the rest and came to greet me. "Alinike lae," he said in the old familiar way. Part of me laughed, as we were now quite alone. He began a speech then, and I let his voice wash over me, filling the empty caverns of my heart, my ravaged soul, which had so lately known the crushing pain of complete and utter defeat. He spoke of many things, of the revolution and the glory we knew then, of the downfall of the nation and the destruction of the world, how the food was, in the end, so poisoned by radiation and GMOs that it was as if you were eating nothing, how we killed off the bees so that the humans had to climb the trees to pollinate them and millions died, how the water became so polluted that everyone had to add chemicals just to drink it, how the nations quarreled over this, not leaving our dear Alada safe, but plunging her straight into it as the economy finally collapsed, and there came the day when not even our military could save us, how many officers with their wives and children committed suicide because they felt so helpless, how, in the end, it was a small conflict that grew to epic proportions and finally destroyed the entire planet. As he talked, a bird flew to meet us and landed on a nearby branch. I knew him instantly as the Phoenix. "But I thought he was a myth," I said with amazement. "But part of you must have known he was real," Papadopoulos smiled, "or he wouldn't have come to you." He sang then, notes of such sweetness that they brought tears, this time of joy, to my eyes. I felt that anything was possible as my gaze shifted between this majestic bird and my beloved hero. "I know what you're thinking," he said. "You want to know if you can go back and change things." "I do," I said. "But is that possible?" "Anything is possible here," he said. "Then, sir, I wish to go back and tell the people. I want them to know that this cannot continue, for Alada and for the world." "You know, of course, that your sight will leave you on this journey." "I know," I said softly. "I have not the power to return you to your past life, but you do. Yet before you do, I shall give you a present." A room formed around us, and I found myself seated at a desk. He was writing on a blackboard. As I looked, I began to understand the words. "Katharevousa," I said, a feeling of awe and gratitude overtaking me. "Your gift." "A small one indeed," he replied, "but you may have it if you try hard enough." "Anything is possible," I said, as my body awakened from the deepest sleep I had ever known. I heard the birds outside. A gentle wind came through my window, full of the smells of spring. I inhaled for the moment, then stretched and stood. I had a lot of work to do. The end.